Hello and welcome to another episode of GoalTime. I am so excited to introduce you to today's guest. Her name is Barbara Rich. Barbara, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very happy to be here, Jim.
I am so glad you're here too. When I met you, I was introduced to you actually by other guests that I had on the show, Mark Stippo, and he told me all about what you were doing as a yoga instructor who has not only helped other people with flexibility and physical fitness and health, but also the spiritual aspect of yoga, which we're going to get into a little bit later.
Okay.
All right. But then when I sat down with you, I learned about all the other faces of Barbara Rich. And I'm amazed at everything that you've done, everything you still do. And I can't wait to get started. So thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for giving me this new adventure.
Yeah, my pleasure. So let's start off with who you were at the beginning of your career. What did you first do for work and a vocation in life?
Well, my business job was, I had 4 children, 2 years apart. I have no idea how we did it. My then husband and I, and now they're all in their 60s. So when you ask me about then, it's been a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So that was so you got the hardest job in the world out of the way first.
I think parenting's the hardest job any of us ever
100%.
do, really. So, so way back, the cultural rhetoric was you went to college, you graduated, you got a degree, you got a job, you got married, and you had children. Mm-hmm. That's what we were told to do. So
Exactly.
that's what I did.
Yep. Interesting. What was the most satisfying thing you received from parenting? Looking back.
Watching my attitudes, my patience, the feedback that I got from my children, their friends, getting to know a little bit more about who I was. So, and that hasn't changed at all. I'm still working on who I am.
Yeah.
I write stuff, and basically I write stuff to figure out who I am.
Isn't it funny? I mean, you're 100% correct. No one gives you a manual on how to do this.
No,
They
not
let
at
you
all.
have kids.
No.
And they let you get married, and they let you own a home, and they let you take care of aging parents, and,
Right.
and no one ever tells you how to do it, right?
There's no algorithm to it at all. You kind of bumble and stumble through it, and sometimes it's more satisfying than other times. So I didn't know much about parenting because it wasn't passed on to me. But I am a superior grandmother and great-grandmother. So it's like getting a second chance.
It is. It's like, oh,
Really,
man, if I
yeah.
could do this all over again.
You're a grandfather too, right?
Six
So-
times over. Yeah,
Yeah.
6 times over. Very blessed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is really a blessing.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, this a kind of second chance.
It is.
Because we're not totally responsible the way we were as parents.
Oh, no.
Right.
Oh, no. I mean, still and always will be imperfect human beings with strengths and weaknesses,
Imperfect, messy human beings.
right? And
Yep.
then we have other human beings in the form of spouses or partners or friends or kids and grandkids. And now they're imperfect human beings. So now you have an imperfect human being trying to actually develop another imperfect human being, and the brains inside of our heads,
Right.
the parent actually helps develop and grow those parts of the brain that helps a human being survive and strive and succeed in life.
Exactly.
It's amazing to me.
Exactly.
Wow.
And I think that's one of the things that got me interested in special education, because special education, which is a law all over the country, has to do with kids, with students who learn differently. Learn differently from the Massachusetts curriculum frameworks. And so as a special education advocate, I can collaborate, hopefully without any arguments or toxicity, very collaboratively with school systems, parents who are doing such a lot of work, and students who learn differently and need the support and the services that they really need.
So what is the role that you play as an advocate?
So as an
What
advocate,
specifically do you do
a
for
parent
families?
would contact me needing a partner who's fairly objective, and I'm the eyes and ears of the kid. So even though the parents pay me, I advocate for the kid who may perceive things differently from the way you and I perceive them.
Interesting.
And
Can that create conflict sometimes?
we resolve conflict, sometimes over a cup of coffee, sometimes over more meetings than people want to have. And I learn something all the time, which is why I'm doing it. And in spite of the fact that friends will say, Barb, you're 91 years old, have you heard about retirement? I'm learning something all the time from the school system, from the families, from the kids, and I love the work.
Wow, yeah.
So even though society thinks that at a certain age you're supposed to do certain things, I don't actually believe it.
Wow. So now, wow, you just gave me so much to work with in a half-hour show. So you're how many years young?
I turned 91 last winter.
Oh, God bless.
So I'm
That's awesome.
actually 91 and a half.
Wow, congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not very good at math,
amazing.
but
So question number one that I had that came to my mind was, so you mentioned society. I think society is doing a much better job at identifying kids with autism and special needs, and whether you
Learning
call them
disabilities.
disadvantages or different abilities, or what do you think still is the number one problem society has yet to solve?
wow. Number one is probably overworked teachers, worrying about the budget. The superintendent of schools are knocking themselves out, trying to figure out how to have the kids put away their phones. It's a
interesting.
huge, huge job.
Yeah. My wife's doing the same thing with me, by the way. So I'm trying to get better and
Good
better
luck
at it
to your
every day.
wife, really, because it's an addiction.
You want to hear a little tip? This might be a really, really good tip for the viewers as well. Whenever I look at my phone at night, I now set an alarm, and it's a everyday alarm at 7 o'clock at night. And as soon as the alarm goes off, I take the phone upstairs, plug it in to be my alarm clock for the next morning, and I'm done with it after 7 o'clock at night. And then I go downstairs and I'm done.
That is so healthy. You pass that on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very
It's freeing, too.
inspiring to people.
And you get to be 100% present with the people you are actually with.
Right. And
Which
being 100% present, otherwise called as being in the now.
Right.
Otherwise, we're in the future, about which we know nothing, even though we think we do, or in the past, about which we could do nothing. So what's left is now.
I love that.
Right.
Oh, I love that. Oh, right there, we've already been inspired by Barbara. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. All right, so I want to talk about a couple more things, and the show goes by so quickly. You also write poetry.
I write stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard for me actually to call it poetry, even though it's called poetry, but it's stuff. I write stuff. Words pop up to me with a different meaning. Like, I just made a coffee date with a friend, and we said, okay, we've made a date. And I hear it as, well, maybe we made a grape or a raisin. I don't know why that happened, but it happened also with you approach a fork in the road. How about picking up that fork and taking it back to the kitchen and putting it in the dishwasher? So that's part of what pops up for me, and it sometimes turns into what people call a poem.
Right.
I just wrote something about the fork in the road and how it could complete your dinnerware. So that's part of
So the playing of words and the flow of it, and getting people to think outside of the box.
exactly.
And people think they know where you're going, and then you take another turn.
exactly.
Oh, I really
Very
like that.
well said.
Very
Right,
interesting.
right.
Well, a
I
lot
like
of the
your
best
question.
lyrics and songs have been the same way.
Yeah.
Right. So very interesting.
So I wrote these 4 lines
Yeah,
recently during a
please.
time of stress. When that incessant voice in my 3-pound brain shouts and hollers and blots out the rainbow. I take this old body out into the weedy meadow and wait for the voice to stop being in charge.
Ooh.
4 lines.
Oh, wow, that's
And
beautiful.
that actually calmed me. I don't know what it meant to other people, but it got me into the present time.
Absolutely, that's wonderful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Well, how can people find out more about your use of words, if you don't want to call it poetry, or how can people do you have
Oh,
books?
they could
Do
ask
have-
you, or maybe on the screen there's going to be a website.
Yeah, we'll put the website right on the screen for the viewers.
Okay, yeah.
Excellent. Oh, that's awesome.
So
Well,
I've
thank you
lived
for
in
sharing that.
Groton for 33 years. People can just give me a call if they want to share something with me.
Okay, well, we'll be sure to put your email address up on the screen
Okay,
as well.
that would be great.
Yeah, so now you mentioned something else to me I want to make sure we dive into. I was shocked when you just said you were 91 years young.
Why?
I always say 91 years young instead of
Why?
old. Because what people see typically as 91 is certainly not Barbara Rich. What do you think people typically think of when they hear of someone who is 91 years old?
We live in an ageist society, and for instance, if you show photos of older people to young kids, 3 years old, 4 years old, they immediately think that that person is going to be disabled, we're going to have to take care of them. It's ageism, and I just don't buy it. In other words, our society teaches us at a very early age that at certain ages we're supposed to do certain things, wear certain clothes, retire. I just don't buy it.
Right.
So I think in my yoga practice, my advocacy work, I try to pass that on so that we might make a tiny little bit of difference in that incessant voice in our 3-pound brain. Can you imagine being tossed around by a 3-pound anything?
Right.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you take it to an all new level. And the reason I introduced this topic of ageism, I knew where I was going to go with this with you, which is why I said when you think of someone who's 91, you don't typically think of what you're seeing here in Barbara Rich. So I'm purposely putting ageism on the table for viewers to maybe reflect and consider how they look at ageism. So you made me think about it completely different, but you take it to a whole new level. There are people who say things like, if you don't use it, you lose it. You're only as old as you feel. Age is just a number. Barbara Rich actually believes it, and she lives it, and she controls as much as she can her process in getting older. Is even that a right
Well,
phrase to say?
I don't want to be bullied by the old stories that we've been told as a society, whether we're in Groton or whether we're in Falmouth. Those old stories are very limiting. And we see it in the medical profession where a nurse or a doctor would say subtly or not so subtly, well, at your age, what do you expect? It's not that things don't happen, like I'm recovering from broken wrist. It's not that things don't happen. It's believing in the inevitable decline. That's what I don't believe in, that it's not inevitable.
All right, so this is where you are going to be able to potentially change how I look at my life and inspire other people as well. How can we, to the best of our ability, control the aging process?
Well, we're all going to get old. I mean, 5-year-olds get older. But to have the concept of getting older, or all those pages on the calendar, limit us. And we do that to ourselves, and we do it to each other. And it's just part of living in this society. And the only place in the world that I've been able to research where it doesn't happen is in Japan. because they revere old people. Grandchildren want to live close to their grandparents
Nice.
in Japan, not here.
Interesting.
Yikes.
And then you also shared with me a percentage. You shared with me that there is a certain percentage that you're not going to be able to control, but then there's another percentage that you can.
Oh, I remember that. So we've been taught that genetics really controls our lives, controls who we're going to be, who we are. Genetics actually, and I'll be happy to be corrected if this is not accurate, genetics only accounts for 25%.
25%.
That leaves 75% up to you and me. 75% is up to.
And what can we do with that 75%?
We can notice when we have talked ourselves into or out of remembering that we haven't taken a deep breath all day. Or remembering that when we're in the grocery store, we're holding onto the cart and our fingers are really, really tight. If we notice that, we might loosen them. If we're waiting for our dentist appointment and the dentist is late, we could notice that we're impatient, or we could notice that we could just sit and see what it's like in the present time.
Wow.
And the present time might be something that we don't prefer. And we want to see how long it lasts. Nothing stays the same.
But what you're saying, Barbara, is the difference between accepting that the decline as society presents it to us. So you've got to challenge that notion. You've got to believe that 75% is up to us. And then number 3, you've got to do the right behaviors to prevent the decline, but that's on you, not on the stopwatch.
Exactly.
And then number 4, you also said that when it comes to ageism or aging, that to stay present and stay mindful of where is your thinking in this moment, what are you doing in this moment, and using mindfulness and then maybe yoga and other techniques to help people stay in that sweet spot.
Exactly.
So now with like 4 minutes left, because I told you the show goes by so fast, tell me how I can use, or we can use yoga to help us stay in that sweet spot.
So, for instance, if I make a suggestion to cross your arms over your upper body,
Okay.
it's habitual. We always cross the same arm over.
It's very true.
So just changing that habit is mindfulness, because meditation isn't necessarily paying to go to a Buddhist retreat. Meditation is paying attention to what it is we're paying attention to.
So we are creatures of habit, and
Absolutely.
we're on autopilot. The way I shave, brushing my teeth with
Exactly.
you got your strong hand, your weak hand, but
Right.
change it up every now and then.
Right. If you brush your
Force
teeth
yourself.
with your non-dominant hand, you are meditating because it's awkward and you're staying in the present.
Wow. Yeah, I love it.
That's
cool.
mindfulness meditation, yoga. Thich Nhat Hanh, who was a wonderful Buddhist teacher, psychologist, professor, said that smiling is yoga for the face. So when we smile, we could say we're in yoga. We don't have to get special clothes or go sit on the yoga mat or come to my yoga
That's
classes.
my kind of exercising right there.
Right. So just smiling at each other, we're in yoga.
Yeah, that's
believe it or
fantastic.
not.
Well, I think that's also a misconception that I think it's come a long way, that people don't see yoga just as a way to get more flexibility in your body and loosen up your muscles and your ligaments and your joints, but it is equally as beneficial for your mind and your wellness as well.
Absolutely.
Your spirituality.
So the strengthening and the flexibility are very important. And in addition to that, if, for instance, you're just raising your arms out to the side, you might at the same time notice the physical aspects, but you might also notice what it is you're taking with you. How much humor, how much compassion, how much self-care, how much resiliency, so that that's happening off the mat. So that's something that my yoga students can take off the mat, down the stairs, into their car, into their regular life.
Yeah.
So we can make it as functional and practical as possible. Otherwise, it's really just exercise.
It's
So
very true.
that's a wonderful question. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. You're really impacting the rest of my days on this planet because you're making me think very differently in regards to who I am today, but also how I want to live the rest of my days
Well,
and how I don't want to accept the decline as
Inevitable.
presented to me. I want some say in that. So between your spirituality, your yoga, your thoughts on aging, how can people work with you and how can they get a hold of you?
well, I don't know how they can get a hold of me. They can ask you because you know everything.
That is not true, but we will make sure that there's some information on the screen
Okay.
for people to reach out and get in touch
Yes,
with you.
and I intend to keep on doing what I'm doing for a very long time. So I still have quite a bit of time, even though society tells me differently. And
There's
I wanna
no
give-
doubt in my mind.
I want to give this to you.
Oh,
One of my daughters helped figure out how to do
oh,
self-publishing.
thank you very much. That's very
So
sweet.
this is the stuff that I've written.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you so
Really.
much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you for being my guest, and I'll see you at your studio soon because you and I have a lot of work to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the adventure.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Goal Time. Hello and welcome back. This is part 2 of our goal planning system. In part 1, we talked about your attitude. Now that you believe in yourself and you believe in an unlimited potential, you can start to identify your goals. Goal identification is simply answering, what do I want with what's left of my life? And they say that the eyes are on the front of your head for a reason. Your future does not just simply have to be a continuance of your past. You can create any new future that could be 100% different than everything you've ever learned or done or experienced or enjoyed in the past. From this moment in time forward, what do you want? The 8 areas of life that we're showing you on the screen right now are the same areas of life that we all have. You need to spend time by yourself and simply answer the question, what do I want next with each area of life, and where do I want each area of life to ultimately go to? You see, sometimes, most of the time, you can't get to your ultimate goal without achieving next level goals. I'll give you an example of that in a moment. In order for your goals to be goals, they have to meet the SMART criteria. I call it SMART goals. SMART stands for S, specific. I never let my clients tell me that their goals are to be less something or more something or better or faster. Those are 2 general words. You need to be specific. Instead of saying, I want to lose weight, which could be 1 to 50 pounds or more, give it a specific number. Like, I will be 180 pounds by the end of the year. That is a specific goal. M stands for measurable. You can measure your progress towards 180. You can't really measure progress towards more or less. A stands for attainable. Attainable not only for human beings, attainable from where you currently are. If you're currently 250 pounds, then you shouldn't set a goal to get down to 180 pounds by the end of the month. Maybe it's attainable, but probably not in a healthy way. You might want to start with a goal to lose 10 pounds in the next month, or even 5. Maybe your ultimate goal is to get to 180, but that's why you need next level goals. Set goals from where you currently are to your next level on your way to your ultimate. I hope that makes sense. The R stands for relevant. A relevant goal means that this goal, this individual goal, is not competing or pushing against your other goals. You can't have one goal to get down to a perfect weight and another goal to win the marshmallow eating contest every weekend. Something's not going to work together. The T stands for timeline. Give your goals a deadline. It avoids procrastination and it forces you to get started on those goals really quickly. So that is the acronym SMART goals. The last thing I want to tell you is this. Open up your mind to infinite possibilities. You are in this moment in time, and anything is possible for your future if you believe it, if you identify where you want to go, and then you join us for part 3, which is goal setting. Goal setting simply answers the question, how am I going to achieve that goal? I can't wait to see you there. I'll see you soon. Thank you.